Hello everybody, I'm Nora Burrows. Today we are going to continue on with the friendship quilt project that my friend Muna and I are working on. To give you a quick reminder of what that is, we're kind of working medallion style. We're each working on a quilt simultaneously where I'll start with a piece and then give it to Muna, and then she starts with her piece and we exchange. Add a border, exchange, add a border. So we keep adding these borders and continue to exchange. So in this video, I'm going to show you the border that she added, and then together we will add on the next border. I have a couple ideas for it. I'm pretty excited. Let's get started. Here is the piece so far. So the last border that I put on was these 4 diamonds here, and then Muna put on this border that includes the birds. So every other border has a bird. The border we're about to put on now will have no bird, and I am going to tweak the border here that Muna did a little bit. When she handed this over, she was not particularly enthusiastic about this one, which is fine. I think it's super cool, and I think that red along the outside matches so beautifully with the flowers on the inside of that center block here. Let's see if I can get you a closer look here. It's really, really beautiful, isn't it? And I love the flying geese. The flying geese here, as you can see as the background, it's this river rock, but then the triangles themselves are this newspaper print. Really kind of funky and cool. So I'm loving all that. I think Muna felt like maybe the border was a little bit heavy, which I can understand. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit of something up along this strip here, and then maybe down here as well, and then add a very thin border that includes this piece here somehow, which I think is the same line as these panel pieces. These birds here, if you're new to this series, and I do have a playlist for the videos of this series, so you can check that out. But if you're new to this series, we each got a panel of 8 of these birds. So she has 8 and I have the same 8 birds. And so as we expand out, we're gonna incorporate those birds into the piece. I want to add, I think that this fabric here kind of goes nicely with the river rock. So I'm gonna somehow insert some of this, I think with diamonds of one of these color pieces here. So take a nice look here, and I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I've been playing around with a bunch of different things, and ultimately I think I'm gonna do something totally different, but I wanted to show you kind of what I was thinking, which is I created these 3 green diamonds with a charcoal background and had intended to inset those into kind of this reddish fabric here up there. Once I made them, placed them there, I realized that I didn't really love that. I thought about maybe trimming them down to make them smaller. Then I thought about eliminating the black and kind of having just these green diamonds pop off of the red, which I think looks pretty cool. But ultimately and the way that I would do those is I would applique them on. I'd turn down the edges, needle turned applique, stitch those diamonds down. But ultimately what I decided is that I actually really like a mass amount of this red background. At first I thought that, it was a lot, but there's a lot happening in this piece, and it gives the eye a little bit of a place to rest. In addition, it adds for the opportunity to do some really cool quilting in that space. So I'm going to leave that, and I created another piece to add on to the right-hand side. Let me show you. I created these drunken path blocks where I fussy cut the birds here to be in the circular spot. And I thought that I would put that right along the side there. I think that that's going to look okay. I was trying to kind of imitate the flying geese over here, but with a curve. I think I'll do, let me look at the top. For the top, I think I'll just do a very thin strip of that black, this floral dark piece right across the top. I wanted to show you what I used. I got these templates here on Amazon. So there's 5 different sizes. I used the 5-inch, the 2 5-inch pieces here, and I peeled the paper off of this piece so that I could fussy cut exactly where I want it to be. I got these on Amazon. I'm not affiliated with Amazon, so there's no link in my description to get these, but if you search something like Dresden plate templates or something along those lines. You should be able to find these. I think that they're going to be pretty useful, and the fact that you have 5 different size options I think is really great. Next, I'm going to sew this on and then add the top strip. I've attached the side on here. You can see it's one full piece, and I went ahead and trimmed the whole thing to be nice and square. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm actually not gonna put a piece of this dark floral along the top. I don't think it needs it, and I did experiment with cutting a piece and kind of placing it there, and I just I wasn't sure. I wasn't feeling committed to do that. So I thought that I would just end it here. I think this is a nice border along the side. And then I did want to mention about this red, because this red is growing on me every minute. I think it is amazing. And the shape that red makes, you know, nice and thin along the side here, this big swooping L, and then, you know, this little like nugget that kind of goes, the line that goes up the top there. It's just such an it looks like a background, and it's a really interesting shape that it makes, and I don't want to mess that up. So this is where it is. I'm going to give this to Muna. Muna's working on the one that she has to give back to me, and then the one she gives to me, I'll add a border on next, and we'll just keep going until we've used all the panel pieces. I do think, you know, we have a lot of panel pieces to go. I think we have 6 more birds. So we may have to start doing, you know, two birds in each border, or she and I will have to talk and see, but otherwise this is going to end up being a big old quilt. So thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.